back to another Short and Sweet, where the reviews are short.
And it's really sweet that they shared it with us.
What do we have today, Sarah?
We have Jack Daniel's Twice Barreled Rye. Particularly excited about this one, considering the last thing that we had from Jack Daniel's was that Añejo aged. Añejo, is that right? Not bad, but not. I'm not the target audience for that one. This one sounds way more up my alley.
Up our alley, yeah. So it's their regular rye, which is aged at least 5 years, they say. And then it's aged for over 2 more years in their Heritage barrels, which are a lightly charred but heavily toasted
That's right.
barrels. It's bottled at 100 proof. It should be available now nationwide in limited
quantities.
That's right.
Yeah, 70% rye, 18% corn, 12% malted barley.
And it's $75 for a 700 milliliter. They're on the 700 milliliter
Which,
tip now.
again, in the grand scheme of limited releases and double barrels, we know that tends to drive up cost.
That is a very rich nose. Very desserty slash savory.
Cinnamon,
Yeah.
pepper. Yeah, it's got like almost a savory, not barbecue rub, but kind of.
I mean, sort of. It's sort of like a stone fruit barbecue rub type of thing. It's
Yeah.
like a dark plum.
I was gonna say plums.
Really good
It's
nose.
really nice.
And beautiful color for 100 proof.
Let's get that right. Yeah, it's pretty pungent, and the color. I mean, like it's all coming across very rich.
Yes.
Without even tasting it yet for 100 proof. But let's see how it tastes.
To your health. Woo! That's packing a punch for 100 proof.
It sure is.
That's a lot there.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and be the wild card of this episode. I can't remember what else is in this pool so far for this year, but I'm gonna go ahead and say I want to see this go into the
Blind Best of the Year
blind
contention.
best of the year contention for
Yeah.
Ryes. If only because you get another double barrel product. It's higher proof, I'm sure, out there somewhere. Gonna cost 2 or 3 times as much as this one. I'd just like to see how this one does because it's very solid.
Yeah, I agree. Of a one sip, I mean, we'll give it a fair shake here and take our second sip. But
That's just my initial reaction.
I agree. I want to see this blind. When we take all the fancy jargon out there, all the heritage barrels, all that stuff out of the equation, we just taste it blind out of a little sample bottle. At the end of the year, I want to know where this fits in. Because the nose, you know how sometimes we say it's got like an LE type of vibe, LE type of nose? The nose, I feel like is...
Limited edition for those of you who don't watch regularly.
one of my favorite noses of, new products of 2023 in recent memory.
Oh, that's another good category for it. New releases or new products of the year.
Slightly vintage nose. There's a little vintage tip on there, right?
Yeah.
Before we get that second sip, we'll hit pause and tell you about our home on the internet. It's whiskyambitions.com. It's where you can get the Rye or Die Green version t-shirt that I'm wearing, the Drink More Bourbon t-shirt that you have, Sarah, the Glencairns we're drinking from, also our water glasses, rocks glasses, copitas, challenge coins, bottle cut candles, and more always coming soon. That's at whiskyambitions.com.
You can become a patron at patreon.com/itsbourbonnight and join our community for as little as $1 a month. That is where we release our barrel picks, the opportunity to participate in barrel picks, or get discounts on that merch depending on what tier you're in, after the episode exclusives, and more.
Okay, second sip.
I'm just impressed with how long the finish is, how warm the Tennessee hug is. It's a Tennessee snuggle. You like that?
I like it.
For 100 proof, it's drinking really nicely. The wood influence, I love that char and how that charred barrel is playing like that toasted with the rye. It's really nice.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a perfect, it's hard to find anything that's perfect.
Sure.
Like, it's not without faults, obviously. That's not what comes to mind, you know?
Yeah, I think if we were drinking this blind, there's certain clues that I think would make me think that it is, honest with you, a full proof, like a barrel proof.
I would blind put it higher.
Because of the color, because of
The oak influence?
The oak influence, the taste. So with that in my mind, I would be like, but for a barrel proof, it doesn't have the best mouthfeel.
So
and,
that's
which
the
isn't
thing.
fair because it's not a barrel proof, it's 100 proof. So there's certain things that, you would weed out if it weren't blind. So I guess as a reviewer,
Twist mustache.
that's something that you kind of, you shouldn't try to guess like, oh, well, I think this is a barrel proof or whatever. But it, I think it has a sufficient mouthfeel for 100 proof and finish for 100 proof.
But if I had it in my perfect way, in my dream world, it would have an incredible mouthfeel, and that would probably make it perfect for me. It doesn't have that. It does have, like you said, a sufficient mouthfeel
Yeah.
to where I am still very happy with this product at this price point.
Yes. Now, here's the thing. I can already hear it in the comments, and we haven't even edited the episode yet.
What is it? I can't hear it.
Something else that we won't be able to find.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
How widely will it be distributed? We don't know.
We got this taster, but we're going to be on the lookout for a barrel. We want to buy a bottle.
I want a bottle.
A barrel. That'd be great, right?
I'm on the lookout for a barrel.
Yeah. I'd love to get a bottle or two of this because...
Well, I think that answers the recommend or not question. I'm going to go look for a bottle.
Oh, yeah. Even a little bit higher than that MSRP, because I'm sure some places will have it
maybe a little.
a tick over, but I would pay a little bit over
a
that.
little bit.
Well, there we go. That's where we better leave it. If you haven't subscribed to us already, you can do so by clicking right up here. There's suggestions of other videos down here. Hope to see you over there in one of those. Thanks, Sarah.
Thanks, Chad.
Thanks again, Jack Daniels. Until next time, drink more bourbon or rye. Drink more rye.
Whatever you want.